Welcome to Food Friday. Today we're talking about creatine. You may have heard of creatine. It's been around for a while. It's one of the more popular supplements on the market. And you might be curious about what it is. Should you be taking it? Creatine is a synthetic version of what's called ATP. ATP, or creatine, occurs naturally in our body. It's stored in our muscle cells. And it's what our body uses as energy to contract our muscles. In fact, it's one of the first sources that gets burned up. You might have heard of aerobic training versus anaerobic training. Aerobic training uses oxygen when your muscles contract. Anaerobic training does not. And one of the fuel sources in anaerobic training is creatine. But the problem is your body burns through it very quickly, especially when you're working very hard or near your max. A heavy set of 5 on back squats or a set of 10 of bench press. Your body's going to rip through its creatine source very quickly. The idea behind the supplementation is that you have extra creatine stored in your muscles and it's there for them to consume for a longer period of time. Now, creatine, having been around for so long, is actually one of the most researched supplements and is very proven to be effective. There are some people that are considered non-responders, meaning that they took a creatine supplement, they didn't really see a benefit from that. Possibly those people have a very sufficient natural source of creatine on their own without supplementation, therefore adding more didn't really do much. But for most people, they're going to get a lot of gains out of taking a creatine supplement. This is really easy to take. All you have to do is put it into your protein shake or mix it with your favorite drink once a day. A lot of times people do it before or after training. And it's going to help you lift more weight, lift weights for longer, and increase your general power output. Creatine is actually so effective that it's being used in clinical applications as well for people who suffer from muscle wasting diseases. I highly recommend taking it. Whether or not you are a strength competitor, you can get a lot out of your training by adding in a creatine supplement. The side effects are very minimal. Some people feel a little bit of bloating or cramping, but that's usually uncommon. We carry earth-fed muscle creatine, but there's a ton of brands out there. If you're not local to us, just do a little bit of research on different brands, and you don't want anything too fancy. There really shouldn't be anything in the supplement other than the creatine itself. I'm Tony. Check back next week for another Food Friday.